The 450 console and the 440 console, when they are new or reset to the factory settings, will require calibration. When the console is turned on the left-hand side of the screen, the word Cal will flash, indicating that the calibration figures must be entered. The first input needed will be the type or the style of speed sensor that the console is required to read. Two types of speed sensor are available: wheel speed or radar. To enter in which style of speed is needed, we can enter with the enter button and cycle through by pressing the CE button between wheel drive and radar. When the desired method is highlighted, we press enter to lock it in. The next one that will need to be entered is the type of valve used to control the liquid flow on the sprayer. Again, we use the CE button to cycle through each setting until the desired settings are reached. Once we have reached them, we press enter to lock the setting in. The next calibration figure that will have to be entered will be the ones along the top line of the console. These settings are standard settings and can be changed on the go or adjusted to fine-tune the sprayer's productivity. To enter these settings along the top row into the console, we first must press the enter button, the desired number that needs to be entered, and then the enter button again to lock them in. The first calibration needed on the 450 console is the boom cal, which is button number 3. The boom cal is the measurement of the first boom cal 1 is the measurement of the first section of the boom, and the measurement must be in centimetres. To enter in the measurement of the first boom, first press the enter button, then the length of the boom in centimetres, and the enter button again to lock it in. As you'll notice, the light goes off when the figure has been locked into the console. To cycle through to the second boom cal, we press number 1 button, arrow up. It then requires the measurement of boom cal 2 to be entered in. Enter the length of the boom and press the enter button once again to lock it in. This process is duplicated for the amount of boom sections that the console is required to control. Once all the boom calibration figures have been entered, button number 4 requires a speed cal to be entered. The speed cal is the circumference of the wheel which the magnets are connected to. With a console that has been selected to control radar speed, a figure of 200 must be entered into the speed cal. Once the circumference of the tyre has been determined by following the steps in the Raven 450 operator's manual, the figure can be entered in by pressing the enter button first, the measurement in centimetres, and then locking it in by pressing the enter button once again. Meter calibration, button number 5, can be entered in by pressing enter, the figure that can be read off the tag on the flow meter of the sprayer, and pressing enter again. The operator's manual also shows ways of fine-tuning the flow meter by doing tests on the sprayer. Valve cal number 6, entered in by pressing the enter button. The valve cal number, which can be obtained from the control valve on the sprayer or again in the operator's manual of the 440 console, 450 console. Rate cal is the amount of liquid applied by the sprayer to the target area, and this is measured in litres per hectare. To enter in the rate 1 figure, we press enter, the desired rate of litres per hectare, and lock it in by pressing enter again. Rate 2, with the 450 console, we have the option of having a rate 1 or rate 2, which allows us to change the rate on the go as we're spraying. Rate 2 can be a different measurement from rate 1, and therefore we enter by selecting the enter button first, pressing the secondary rate required and locking in with enter. Tank volume, we can enter in the amount of liquid that is in the tank, and as we spray the chemical or the liquid out, that volume will decrease, showing us the amount of liquid left in our tank while we're spraying.